why did I decide to become a physician? The simple answer is because my dad was a physician. And I actually had a nurse tell me just this week that she could remember when I was in high school, me following my dad around. And I spent a lot of time at this hospital when I was growing up. We moved here when I was 9 years old. And I always watched my dad, I always watched what he did, and he loved it. And he loved taking care of patients, and he just made it seem so appealing. And I looked at some other things when I was in college. I investigated some other things, but it always came back to medicine. It just always came back. So I think that's the real reason why, was because of his example. I probably enjoy most about being an internal medicine physician, just interacting with the patients and helping patients feel better, helping them stay healthy, helping them feel good about themselves. And I enjoy meeting new people, and I enjoy the longevity that I have because I've been here 20 years now. I enjoy the longevity that I have and getting to know my patients and just having that relationship with them. My philosophy of care, that's a really hard question. I hadn't thought about that one before. But I would have to say probably that I look at it as a team approach, where my patients and I are kind of the co-captains, but we have a lot of other members on the team, the nursing staff, the ancillary people like physical therapy, occupational therapy specialists if they're needed. I just really want to be patient-centered and individualized, because not everybody's the same, and not everybody's going to respond or need the same kind of treatment for whatever's going on with them. So I really want to get to know the people and be individualized in how we, but yet still at the same time, use the appropriate science, but just really look at the whole person and make sure that we're treating the whole person and not just a disease. Well, probably the most important thing that they should know is that when they come see me, they'll probably have to wait. However, once I'm there, they have my undivided attention, and they pretty much have as much time as they need to talk about what they need to talk about. I feel like if a patient ever leaves my office and doesn't feel like I listened to them, that visit was a failure. So, and because of that, unfortunately, people have to wait a while. But once they're seeing me, they'll have my undivided attention for, most of the time, as long as they need it. And then the other thing I think is that I do speak Spanish, and I love my Spanish-speaking patients, and that's fun. I enjoy that. It's nice to be able to communicate with people in their own language and for them not to have to rely on the English. We try to be friendly. I have had very good nurses over the years, and we try to be a friendly practice. One of the things that I always say is we understand that when people come in and they're sick, we're not seeing them at their best. But even so, we want to make the best experience for them when they come to the doctor that we can, even though they're not feeling their best, and try to get them feeling better, and have people that are glad to see them and glad to help them. And I think we have a great work environment. Our staff all gets along, and I think it's just a nice place to work, and we want the patients to feel comfortable as well. Mostly I focus, because I'm internal medicine, mostly I focus on, the diseases that affect adults, but I have a PA that works with me that does see children, and so we're pretty, I see the adults, and if there are any children in the family, then she can see them too, so we can be broader that way, even though I'm an internal medicine physician. I think probably just to, try to take charge and be involved in your own health care. I mean, my job is to educate, my job is to advise, but ultimately, the patient makes the decisions about what I advise them. They can decide if they're going to take this medicine with my help and my advice, but I want my patients to be involved, and I don't expect to just tell them what to do. I want them to be involved in the decisions after I've tried to educate them as well as I can, and then they make the decisions.